All right, we're live. Welcome back to another Game Day 716. And right now, no Noah, no CJ. So right now you're just getting me. And so I'm trying to get them on. Noah will be here in about 10 minutes. And CJ, I am trying to do what Noah normally does. So this is fantastic. 2A, 3D, 9DM. So we're here. So this is it. It's me right now. We're live. We're happy. We're fantastic. Noah will be here. He's live, happy, and fantastic. CJ will be here soon, I'm hoping. And I won't have to keep talking to you by myself. I am Game Day Todd. Game Day CJ's on his way. Game Day Noah's on his way. So we have a lot to talk about today because it's a very exciting day in the world. So I was going to start having a roundtable talking about Doctor Strange. We were going to talk about the Batman. We'll get into some Bills news, Jerry Hughes. We're going to talk about the Bills Wall of Fame, Disney+Marvel shows, and Tom Brady, NHL draft lottery, NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs. It's all coming. And there is CJ. So I'm not alone anymore. CJ's here.
The mic working?
Yep.
All right, coming to you live from Shoshone Park.
Nice. North Towns?
Yep, North Buffalo.
North Buffalo. Sweet. So it's me and you right now. Noah will be here soon. So did the link I sent you work?
Apparently.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah,
so,
I'm here now. So.
Awesome. You're looking good. Love the shades.
Beautiful day out here, you know.
It is. We got to take advantage of it while we can. So I was going through it with our viewers about what we're going to talk about. I got through about halfway, but I'm just going to finish that up. So NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about the Amerks playoffs, AHL playoffs, the Bandits in the NLL playoffs. We're going to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers. We're going to end with a thought of the day, which I haven't thought of yet, but we're going to talk about that. So, the first half, CJ, we were going to talk about Doctor Strange. We were going to talk about the Sabres. We'll talk about the Batman. Bills news, Jerry Hughes, Bills Wall of Fame, Disney+Marvel shows, Tom Brady signing with Fox. So we're going to have a good time. So how are you?
Doing all right. The game is 5-3 right now. So
5-3. What inning are you
in? I think we're in the fifth. My son's about to pitch right now, so we're having a good day so far. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Long day at work, but they're all long now. It's nice that the sun is out still, and it's 7:35, and we've been going for 5 minutes. So it is nice that we're having later sun. I do get winter, whatever they call it, winter darkness, depression, or whatever.
So, yeah, it's nice to be outside, and kids are happy to be outside. And
yeah, definitely.
You know, so yeah, it definitely lightens the mood.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah. So, how, your son is pitching right now?
Yep. I want to say it's the 5th inning, and he'll be pitching the next 2. I know he hit one out past center field earlier.
Nice.
5-3. So, yeah, they got a couple runs in. Hopefully, they can keep it up. It's one of the better teams they're playing against right now. They play in travel, and then they play house. This is a house game, so it's like more just show teams.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's
nice.
it'll be, yeah. We're gonna keep an eye on it, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. Definitely keep a play-by-play going. And
Got you.
Definitely, we want to see you argue with the ump, about calling balls and strikes, and
I'm trying to figure out if I can somehow get it on there, but
it's over your shoulder.
Tough.
Is that it?
Yeah.
No, we can kind of see it.
I can't see nothing.
Not
Yeah.
too much.
But yeah, definitely.
Well, if you want to head over there, I can ramble while your son pitches and Noah gets on.
Oh no, we're good to go. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready to go.
Okay, we are live, so.
Right. No, I know. I'm just saying, whatever topic you want to jump into, I'm good.
Okay, cool. So, where did my topic board go? So we are gonna start. You haven't seen Doctor Strange, right?
No. I've seen a couple of spoilers have come out. So I got an idea. Of a couple, like 2 people I know that are in it that we're trying to keep a secret. So that's I'm debating just like reading the IMDb at this point or the Wikipedia plot line. You know what I mean? But I kind of want to wait it out. So
yeah, no, I understand.
I think I'll probably take the kids this weekend or something.
That's cool. Yeah, it's that it is like a horror-ish movie, but the kids will probably be fine. I mean, it's not
it was
mad
funny.
scary.
I watched
it's just
yeah. I watched this meme or whatever, and they just said like it was like Sam Raimi. I don't know how to say his name. The guy that directed it. Am I saying it right or wrong? I don't know. The Raimi. Anyways,
Raimi is how I've always said it, but whatever. It's probably neither of those.
I'm somewhat close. Yeah. And but anyways, it was like him thinking about him watching parents bring their kids, thinking it's like a normal Marvel movie, and he's just kind of like sitting there with like a sinister look on his face, like happy about it.
Yeah.
So I've seen that it's not what you expect as far as a Marvel superhero, but I mean it's kind of what you expect from the director. I think.
I agree, though he did direct Spider-Man 3, but that was kind of out of character for what he normally directs. He did the Evil Dead movies back in the 80s. I don't know if you remember those, but
yeah. No, I'm trying to think. He did more recent stuff too. That was a little bit more. That was a little darker.
Oh yeah,
too, but
he
I can't
did.
Think of what
he did. He did the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans too. I know that.
Oh yes, the Venom and yep. But not the. I don't think the first. Did he do all 3 of them? I thought he just did the 2 and 3, or maybe just 3.
He just of the Tom Holland ones. He just did the 3rd one, and then
of the Maguire one.
The Tobey Maguire ones. He did at least the 1st one with the Green Goblin, and then I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but he does have a pretty strong resume to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's most known for, let's see what IMDb says. Evil Dead, Spider-Man, Army of Darkness, Dark Man.
It's a pretty wild group of films there.
It is. Yeah. He's an interesting guy. So and now he'll be known for this movie as well.
Yep.
All right, so you don't know all the spoilers, so I'm not gonna give it away, especially if you're going this weekend. And then so let's talk Bills then. So not a ton to talk about except for schedule information. So some interesting things have been leaked so far. We've got, so far that we know as fact, we have week 2, Monday night, hosting the Tennessee Titans. That's Monday night, right?
The Monday night is week 2, Tennessee. Yeah.
Tennessee. It's 7:30 on ESPN.
And that's away, right? Or am I wrong?
No, that's a home game.
Okay.
Yeah, Tennessee's a home game. That's going to be wild and crazy.
Yeah. And then the Thanksgiving one is the away, right?
Right. That's at Baltimore. Yeah, that's the late Thursday game. Or the late Thanksgiving game. Starts at 8:20.
Yeah.
So,
what are your thoughts on those games?
I'm excited. I think the Bills are going to get a lot. Obviously, they're going to get a lot of night games, right? So, I think this is just the start of, last year they seemed pretty flat with just. Actually, no, they had a couple night games. I think it was 2 years ago where they just had like 15 of 16 games, all 1 o'clockers or something on Sundays.
Maybe. Oh yeah. Not even 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago.
Right. And like now they're like,
to get a 4 o'clock game was insane back then. To get a 4 o'clock game, to get, even that. I mean, and then the schedule to me also, shows that though. Shows that they're prepping us for those kinds of games, because schedule's got to be one of the toughest in the league, if not the top 10, I'd say. Hardest schedules. I mean, they're going to come out. I think it's pretty tough, but as you get better as a team, you play harder teams.
Oh, they did come out, and they were right in the middle. Actually, I was surprised.
Oh, really?
It was a little lower than I expected for strength of schedule, because they did release.
Yeah, I felt like the teams that they're playing are pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not. Last year I was a lot more confident in what the end result would be, and we were all pretty close. But yeah, no, I think that when you play better, you win more games. They put you up against better schedules. They have better teams, and they're bound to get, people are going to want to watch those games. I was thinking, like, what other games were big, and obviously the KC Buffalo. So I mean, I guess we can do some predictions on what other big games we're thinking. So obviously the Baltimore game is out, and the Titans game is out, so that leaves you the Rams game is Kansas big. City.
Yeah.
Maybe Bengals. I don't know if the Bengals would be a big enough.
Any of the AFC West teams, right? So don't we have? Isn't the AFC West our division this year, or is it? I don't remember.
Yes, we play all 4.
So,
yep. You're talking Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
No.
Or no?
No, I was thinking Raiders.
Oh, you're talking Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, Chargers, Raiders.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it'd be Chargers, Raiders, KC, and Denver. Those are all tough games, obviously.
You might be right. I think we're playing the AFC North too, though, right?
NFC North.
I swore we're playing Cleveland or Cincy, Baltimore, and Cleveland. So it's got maybe I'm wrong, but it's got to be Pittsburgh in there too. Then if they're playing 3 of the 4, that doesn't really. Whatever. We got to get this down a little bit better as far as scheduling and who we play.
Have time. We have time as well. But I know they're playing. They're playing the Vikings as well. So I'm thinking if they're playing Green Bay and the Vikings, they have the NFC North, right?
Okay.
So they have the Bears.
I definitely remember the Bears. Yep. I remember the Bears.
So that would be the Vikings and the we have a third.
Oh, different background.
Yep.
There he is.
There's the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, if only could control how fast people drive. Huh?
Yeah, that would be helpful. So far, we've talked about. We're in the middle of talking about the Bills' schedule. We've talked about Doctor Strange a little bit and Sam Raimi's directing career, and but we didn't give away any spoilers. So, Noah, whoever you normally text to get to watch our show, we need you to do all that.
Okay.
But yeah, so far, like I said, we've talked about the definite games that we have that we know about. So we've talked about week 2, home game against Tennessee, and how pumped we'll be to have a nice weather, cross our fingers, a nice September game at home at night on ESPN, 7:30. Just, one of 2 games that night. It's going to be awesome. And then Thanksgiving, we get the late game. So that's 5 o'clock on the West Coast. So Lamar Jackson versus Josh, and that revamped, well, not completely revamped, but Baltimore's defense. That's always good. It's more of that revamped offense, I guess. That's going to be interesting to see with their new receiver they drafted, and you froze up, CJ.
Him and his Jose Canseco glasses.
Aren't they awesome? We love them. His son is pitching right now, so he's supposed to give us the play-by-play, but he hasn't. So yeah, the late game on Thanksgiving, which is awesome. And then we were going to start talking about the rumors. We said that we lost CJ. He'll be back. So we were going to talk about the rumors or potential, right, with the Rams opener.
Yeah.
Opening with the Rams. That would be a Thursday night, right?
Yeah, because they won the Super Bowl.
Right. So they won the Super Bowl. That would be the Thursday night game. And then that would be obviously the start of the season, game number 1. The other option for the Rams is really Dallas, so it's probably Buffalo or Dallas.
Yeah, I would assume.
And so we're kind of expecting either the Bills or the Cowboys to be playing the Rams in that first week. And it does make sense to have a Thursday and then a Monday to line those up. So that all could work out really well if the Bills are good.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the fact that they have a really pretty difficult schedule. I mean, it's kind of right in the middle if you look at strength of schedule, but
yeah.
It's like
they're in the middle. They're in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, for strength of schedule, it's like it's right in the middle. It's like 14th or 15th or something.
But the odds makers have them at do have them winning, them and then the Bucks. They have it over. They both are at 11.5 wins. So
okay, that's good.
Yep. They're the only 2.
Part of that is probably because they're playing the NFC North, right? So you've got the Bears, the Packers,
Detroit,
the Lions, and the other team, Minnesota.
3 of those should be easy wins,
right? And
you know that Ryan Tannehill is 0-5 when he comes to Buffalo.
Is he?
Yep.
Well, most of those had to be at Miami, though, right?
Still,
they all did.
I think one might have been a Tennessee. I feel like one. Maybe that kicker duel, was that at home or was that at Tennessee?
I feel like every important Ryan Tannehill game has been away.
Yeah, the one where they went back and forth or whatever.
Yeah.
2 years ago you're talking about? Yeah, I think that was away also.
Yeah, so it's probably all Miami, but still.
He's 0-5. So, so then we got into the rumors with the Rams opener, and then there's another rumor about a Sunday night hosting of Green Bay at some week.
Yeah.
But we don't know when that will be.
Yeah.
Probably,
I would assume that's probably a late
later in the year.
Yeah.
Man, I remember one year, or it was Brett Favre's last year in Green Bay, when that's the last time I think Green Bay came here. I could be wrong though.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was Favre's last season with Green Bay, and I remember because we got tickets because we were like, let's go see Favre.
We get crushed.
I have no idea who won. The Bills.
Who was the quarterback?
I remember nothing about that game other than it was Brett Favre's. Other than it was Brett Favre's last game with Green Bay, last season with Green Bay. I don't think it was his last game, but
got it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I guess then we were going over before Noah jumped in. We were just going over the predictions of what we thought was going. What else? What other with what teams we have left that we know of? Which ones have the highest chance of being prime time? Right,
prime time and tough.
I mean, it's
I'm saying it's going to be the Rams, right? And it's going to be Casey, and then we were kind of going through the Bengals, maybe whatever. I think.
Right.
But I think that Rams game is a good one to put. First game of the season, because like I said, that's where we should have played them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
And that would have been the Super Bowl, and that's what everybody wants to see, I feel like. So I think I don't know what other, there's probably a bunch of other matchups, but I just feel like that's got to be a big one. And then I can't really remember anybody, a couple other teams.
Well, like I said, the whole AFC West, right?
Yeah, Chargers would be a good one. Yep.
Well, I mean, also, how awesome of a schedule would that be to have us open away at the Rams Thursday night as the opening game of the NFL season? Then the home opener is, I don't think they do Monday night week 1.
No, they don't.
So this
Monday night would debut.
Right, would debut in Buffalo at home.
At home.
The home opener. Yeah.
Being Tennessee.
Yeah. Who we don't like.
Correct.
But yeah.
So yeah, that would be awesome. And then like we said, we have the Thanksgiving game at Baltimore, and then we think we know of Green Bay.
I don't think we'll get a home Thanksgiving game until the new stadium.
Well, I mean, Dallas and Detroit are locked up, right?
Well, right, but I feel like they always like to have good stadiums,
and then they have a third game. Yeah. And this year they're doing it in Baltimore, so the Bills Stadium will be as good as what they have in Baltimore, I assume. So the new stadium, I mean, not the one that exists.
I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Been reading up on that, but so that's keep losing CJ. But do you want any Doctor Strange rumors?
No, I haven't seen it. So
spoilers, I mean.
No. What? All right.
I'll let you do it. Let you do it. There he is. He's back. So then we were going to talk about Jerry Hughes. So thank you. So Jerry Hughes signed with the Texans back in his home state He went to TCU, so makes sense for him to go back to his home state if he's going to play some more, and it seems like he's going to. We have no idea how good Houston's going to be, or maybe we do have an idea, but we want to be nice to Jerry, I guess, at this point.
And Mario.
Well, Mario's not playing anymore.
Addison went with them.
Oh, Addison signed there too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
No. Well, I don't care about Addison. Whatever.
It must have been money, right? Obviously, they offered him more money, no?
I would assume we didn't offer them contracts.
Okay.
Or we offered Hughes. Yeah, we lowballed Hughes.
Right. And they offered him more money.
I assume they didn't offer Addison a contract.
But also, Hughes gets to end his playing career where he played in college, so that could have also been a part of it too, because he could be.
Yeah, but he actually had a shot at a Super Bowl, though. I find it hard to believe that anything matters with that. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not him.
Right. So
I think he would have. I think he would have came back had they offered him anything.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, with the rumors we're hearing now about Basham being ripped and ready this year.
Yeah.
We know we have Rousseau, we have Epinesa, who we didn't trade, so they're gonna use him obviously. More edge guys. I don't know. They used Jordan Phillips on the edge, or did when he was here the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Got an update for us, CJ? You got an update?
Did we lose him? Did you ask him when we were about to lose him? Oh. It must be.
Must be.
Must be. Do something there.
He's on mute, so that's not helpful.
He muted himself, so.
No, we're good. I can hear you now. I could hear you talking, but I didn't want to keep jumping in, because I was hearing you and then I was cutting out, and
that's
then I hear something.
Man. We jump.
I'm looking at this huge cell tower. I can't figure out why it's so bad.
It's in the middle of the baseball field.
Sorry.
No.
It's like right here. I swear it's got to be. I'm just looking at it.
It's like
right
the pesky
here.
pole
Okay,
at Fenway or something.
I don't know what I'm. It's not like I'm in the middle of Akron,
Yeah.
I am in the middle of North Buffalo. So,
yeah.
if I cut out one more time, I'll probably just jump. I'll be home in about 5 minutes. So if I cut out one more time, I'm sorry, guys.
How's the pitching going? You haven't given us an update.
Oh, so what I found out was it was the last inning, and he was coming into close, and it was up 5-3, so they just ended the game. He struck 3 kids out, not in a row. I think he got one walk and then settled it down and got 3 outs.
Nice.
So they ended up winning with him closing. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good end of the game. I don't want to walk far from where I am because I'm going to lose it again.
So we had
Sorry.
There's
end of game, great day.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
Beautiful weather out. So there's a discussion going on about Jerry Hughes. Is he Wall of Fame worthy with the Bills?
You say yes, CJ?
Wall of Fame worthy? Like just
Yeah.
Yeah, the wall around the ring or the ring, whatever.
I don't know. Yeah.
We call it the Wall of Fame, even though it's a ring.
Yeah.
But
Ring of Honor, is that actually what it's called?
Honestly, like with those Tyrod years, like the year that we went to the playoffs, like he was the defense though. Like he was the motor for that defense.
Yeah, but do you give them based on one or two?
No.
Years? Do you put?
I think let's go back. Give me a couple other guys more recent that aren't on there that were better.
that aren't on there. Well, my thought is I don't think there's anyone from the Drought who belongs on the Wall of Fame.
Okay.
That's how I feel. And it's not just because of the Drought.
It's because
I can't think of anyone. I can't.
Isn't Mormon on there or whatever from the Drought? Isn't he one of them?
No, Mormon's not on.
Tim says Fred Jackson.
I don't know if Fred Jackson. See, and here's my thing: if the Bills would have kept Marshawn, he would probably be on the Wall of Fame.
Lynch, yeah,
probably,
yeah.
But they just decided to jettison him at 23 years old off to the Seahawks, and
yeah, they were like, "You had one bed and sit here, goodbye."
Right.
Ralph was not pleased.
Oh yeah, but the city hated him for that though. Yeah.
Yeah.
The backlash from the fans was rough.
It was. And part of it was Fred Jackson, but I wouldn't even put Fred Jackson on there. I don't know. I don't think there's anyone who comes to mind.
EJ? Really? Does it do anything?
EJ Mayo? JP? Maybe.
Trent,
No, I mean the closest one who comes to my mind is Eric Moulds, maybe. But I don't know. I would have to look at his stats. I don't know. I would have to look at their stats because like I feel like Moulds was more of like a reliable game breaker kind of. Like Evans was more of like the deep threat, but Moulds was like that Terrell Owens type of guy who you could just count on.
Yeah.
Like to catch the ball and be the muscle and all of that stuff.
I mean, here's the thing about the Ring of Honor. I mean, like, I understand.
I'm pretty sure it's the Wall of Fame. Let's stick with that.
Right.
Because Ring of Honor is like a wrestling thing, right? It's like a fourth tier wrestling or something. I don't know.
It makes like the people who are on there make sense, like Ralph, Marv, Jim, but like Kyle Williams makes sense. Started and finished his career here.
He's not on it.
I think he will be.
Well, there you go. That's a person. That's a person from the Drought who you think belongs on the Wall of Fame.
I think Kyle Williams makes more sense than Hughes. I mean,
Jerry Hughes.
Think about where he was drafted. I mean, and then started his career here, finished his career here, put up numbers when he played. He was considered a dominant force.
Well, Hughes had what, 82 sacks as a Bill or something?
He's fourth all time, and he was here for 9 years, and he's the longest tenured Bill of the
20th century, 21st century,
or whatever. Yeah, and in this decade, and of the Sean McDermott era.
Well, that's how things go when you're here for a long time, right?
Yeah, 5 years? But
yeah, so he's been here since McDermott started. Good for him.
I mean, here's my problem with it is because the reason we're putting him up there is because he was here for 9 years.
He was good. I mean, to see
I'm not saying he was bad, but like he's not. I don't know.
To CJ's point, like there were years where he was the defense, but did he ever have more than 10 sacks? I think maybe one season.
I was just about to say maybe.
I'm just thinking about now, though. Like what just came over my head was the fact that him coming here coincided with relevancy again, though. Like, does that mean nothing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, since he came here, we've been relevant again. I mean, I don't know how to put it.
No, because there were easily 4 years before that.
Well, he was here with Rex. I mean, he was here when Rex was here. Because we all basically got Rex fired because he didn't.
Well, I'm saying we gained relevancy when we first got. Well, how many years was he before we broke the drought? How many years was he here?
4.
Yeah, he was on the Bills for 9 years.
How many? I'm sorry. What did you say?
4.
Oh, I thought he came over a couple years before we ended the drought.
He did.
4 years.
Like maybe I thought it was closer than my fault. I apologize.
You should.
No, he was here for 9 years. So I mean, if this is like what McDermott's 5th season, so
yep,
they broke the drought 4 years ago, and then he was still on the team for 5 years before that.
We'll get CJ back in a little while.
Yep.
So Hughes isn't Ring of Fame worthy. Neither is Fred Jackson. Sorry, Tim.
It's just like, yeah, he was good, but like I don't know.
We've beaten that to a dead horse, so we're good now.
Beaten that.
And there's really no one from the drought era. Like I think Kyle Williams is the closest, maybe. And like I said, to me, maybe Molds, but there's no one else who comes close to those two, in my opinion. I just think Molds was really good and reliable. He is so underrated in the Bills era. So all right, so what do you think of this Fox deal with Tom Brady?
That's a lot of money. Good for, I mean, geez.
It's worth more than he made in his career.
Yeah. That's wild.
Right? He made like 330 something million in his career, and this is for 375. Mm-hmm. So maybe now he's gonna catch Giselle.
And it's for 10 years.
10 years. Yeah. So he better not suck.
I'm also surprised though that he wanted to be locked in for that long. Like I feel like he's not, like, I don't know.
But maybe Fox was like, it's $37.5 million a year.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, we'll just dump the money and you got to stay at Fox, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you are Tom Brady, you know?
Do we know if he's any good at any of this?
No, we don't. Because,
like, I mean, I know he has, like,
here's what we know. I mean, okay,
stuff,
so
like,
he had to have screen tested and done all that with Fox, right?
We would assume.
He sat down with different analysts and
yeah,
but
I mean,
he sat down with
it would be better though than having to hear
Aikman
or honestly, yeah, that's right. Because
I would rather listen to Brady than Aikman. I mean, honestly, and the thing about Brady is what we do know is he can break down plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to do it on the field, right? And so he could be better than Romo, I think.
I don't know, Jim.
All right. He could be. I'm just saying, like, I think he easily could be because of his ability to break down the plays. Like Romo's claim to fame is that he was always able to predict what was coming, right? Yeah. Brady will be able to do that.
Yeah.
Right? He'll be like, there's the mic. They're blitzing from, wherever. And hey, there's the man, the myth.
The CJ.
The CJ. Where's the Jose Canseco glasses? That's a good picture to freeze at.
That was.
That one's not so much. He'll be back.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think Fox just looked at what CBS had. Go lay down. What CBS had with Romo, and just were like, we want to replicate that.
Where did you go? Okay, I don't know what's happening now because Noah just pressed the wrong button and ditched himself. So I think what Noah was saying.
My gosh,
I just
stop pressing buttons, child.
Freaky dog. Anyway, I think Fox just looked at what CBS had with Romo and said, yeah, we want to replicate that. I mean, for as much as we all want to sit here and make fun of Romo and for the way he calls plays and does this and that, like, it's still cool. Like Aikman's too far gone. Those guys are too far gone.
No, I agree. Once you're out of the game for too long, your ability to dissect and understand what's currently going on in the game is shot. Right?
I mean, how many times have we sat there in a game and listened to these guys go, "Oh, I think they're going to run it here," and it ends up being a pass,
right?
Or vice versa, or they're like,
"Oh, that's why CBS took it." That's why CBS took Phil Simms off their top list and put Romo on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, Simms just didn't have it. So,
and I mean, him going with Joe Buck to Amazon, I mean, that's just Amazon being like, we need reputable guys, in my opinion.
Well, Amazon has a lot of baseball too.
Yeah.
So Joe Buck, you're gonna hear Joe Buck call a lot of games, a lot of baseball. That's his forte. I heard he's doing golf though. His debut is golf. That was the exact face I made when I read that. I was like, that'll be really interesting.
Yeah. It might go well though. I mean, like when he's not calling, I don't know. He's up and down for me. Like sometimes I'm like, he's calling this game really well, and other times I'm like, I feel like you're not interested at all in what's going on, or he's like annoyed with Aikman or something. Like it's weird.
Yeah. What do you think of Joe Buck, CJ?
Yeah, I mean, he's not really one that I'll listen to. I don't really listen to many announcers for some reason. I keep the volume like lower. I don't know. It's weird. Like I'll definitely listen to like Sunday night, but I definitely don't like the Fox guys really at all, or what was, I guess, the Fox guys.
I've never liked Fox.
To be honest,
like Marcelletta and Spiro Dides and
it's funny because they called basketball games, and I was like,
didn't. I can't imagine.
Spiro did.
Yeah.
And I was like, he doesn't sound bad. He sounds so much better calling a basketball game than he does calling a football game. Like, so much better.
Right. I agree with that. I heard him call a game just the other day. So
yeah, and I was like, okay, this is manageable. I was like, I can do this with you this time.
Right. Well, a lot of these guys came up through basketball, because like Syracuse is one of the main, broadcasting places.
Well, also there's March Madness. Like I feel like when there's March Madness, they're just like, let's throw as many announcers. We need as many announcers as we can to just throw at the board, like for that first round.
Yeah. One I forgot. Okay, while we're still talking about announcers, there's another rumor that Mark Jackson, who's with the Jeff Van Gundy and
Mike Breen,
that Mark Jackson is going to take a job with a team as a coach, and that they're going to have a replacement for him by the finals. And most people are thinking it's going to be Doris Burke. What do you think of that? I think she's fantastic. So I'll just say that off the bat. I love listening to her.
If she's in like Mark Jackson's role, that's fine with me. Yeah, but if
she would be doing like the analyst work and working with
like commenting periodically, like that kind of stuff, adding like extra insight. Yeah, she's good at that. But I don't know how she would be at like being the second, like the colored person or something like that.
Well, that is a color person, but
I mean, like I feel like though out of Mark Jackson and Stan Van Gundy, or Jeff Van Gundy's going to comment more times than Jackson will.
That's just because Van Gundy never shuts up. But
that's true.
Doris Burke is better than Van Gundy, in my opinion, even.
Yeah.
But that's either of the Van Gundys for that matter.
I don't like Stan Van Gundy. I can't listen to him when he's on a game. Like I can't.
He's so weird. He's so weird when he talks. Like he seems like he's uncomfortable doing it. That's how I feel. Like listening to him and stuff. Like he's like the way he talks. He sounds like this little kind of like mousy kind of like.
He sounds like he's like hunched over, like
right
hunched over the monitor.
That's what I mean. And like he's like uncomfortable. Like he's just not comfortable doing it, and he doesn't want to do it anymore, and that kind of thing. And it's just like it's really weird. So,
but I just find Jeff Van Gundy funny, honestly.
No, he's good.
He's Mark Jackson will be like, "That's a foul," and he'll just be like, "No, it's not."
Right. Or vice versa. Yeah. Right. But yeah. Okay, so now we've beaten announcers to death. Let's talk about CJ, have you seen any of the Disney Plus Marvel shows?
You're muted.
You're muted. Still on mute, man. There we go.
There we go.
Nothing.
No, you're good.
It took forever to. I hit my mic. All right. Yeah, I've watched a couple of them. I've watched the Wanda. I've watched the What If. I've watched the. Oh man, probably pretty much everyone except for the Hawkeye, and pretty much everyone besides the Hawkeye. So the Loki, everyone, all those other ones.
Did you do Moon Knight, the most recent one?
No, not yet.
Okay, I haven't done Moon Knight
I'm in the
yet.
middle of rewatching. I'm in the middle of rewatching Boardwalk Empire right now.
Okay, that's a solid choice.
Yeah, my wife hasn't seen it, so it's like,
Oh, there you go. My wife has never seen Sopranos, and I keep trying to get her to watch it, but
I'm trying.
Yeah, we just watched that last time, and then we finished that and watched the Boardwalk.
And you flipped the Boardwalk Empire.
Got to.
Yeah.
We're finishing New Girl.
You're whipped. So,
it's a good show, though.
It is a good show.
It's like
it is a good show.
It like actually makes us laugh. Like there's a difference between like stupidly laughing at a show like The Office or Family Guy,
right,
versus like laughing at that show where it's like that's actually genuinely funny.
Right. No, I agree with that. I like that show, and it was solid through its whole stretch. Like it never they never had to bring in Robert California or whatever his name was, and
right, yeah,
do cliche stuff. They just made things. It was just strong, and then they're like, okay, there's no need for us to have another season, so we'll just leave it here.
Yeah,
which I think was cool.
Well, yeah, because they did that because Fox was going to cancel them after season 6, and season 6 ends on a cliffhanger.
Right.
No one knows what happens to anybody, really.
Right.
And so fans petitioned for the show to come back for a final 7th season to wrap everything up.
Oh, those fans.
So it allowed them to give everybody the ending and
the happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it does end happy.
It does. We've been watching stuff that makes us laugh too, because right now you kind of need it. Like we were watching CNN for so many days in a row, and we're like, how depressed are you? And I was like, I'm very depressed right now. And you watch that stuff, and if you watch it too often, it's just oh man. But Noah, how many of the Disney Plus Marvel shows have you seen?
I watched the Captain America one, the What Ifs. I guess
I gotta watch the What Ifs because I haven't watched them.
They're the, if I remember,
I know what they are. I
mean they're good. They're animated too. So
are they?
Yeah.
I'm very animated.
We know. I've seen So the What Ifs, Captain America, Wanda.
You mean Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
WandaVision.
I didn't see. I haven't seen Hawkeye.
How have you not seen Hawkeye? Of all people,
I know.
Noah.
I know. I just like. I don't know. I'm afraid it's gonna be bad.
It's so good.
Or I
haven't either. I'll tell you what. I watched the first 2 episodes. It took me a while to get into it.
It gets better through each episode. Like, I was told that about Moon Knight too. That Moon Knight gets better. Like episodes 2 and 3 are really weak.
That's
But then it gets really good at the end.
Are there any others? Oh, I didn't watch the Loki one.
Loki's so good. Loki was really good.
Like, I don't know.
No, I don't know. It's really actually Loki is very important to the MCU.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know how much the other ones, like I don't know how they can. Well, I was gonna say I don't know how they can bring in anything from WandaVision, but they are bringing in Monica Rambeau to be in Captain America, or not Captain America, Captain Marvel.
Isn't okay.
She's not playing one of the 3 Marvelites. She's playing.
I thought it was Miss. She's not Miss Marvel.
No. Miss Marvel is actually gonna. Miss Marvel is one of the upcoming shows, actually. And then there's Stargirl or whatever from Doctor Strange.
Starfire.
What?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you said something. She was really good in Doctor Strange, and that's all I'll say about that. Out of the shows that you've seen, what's your favorite one?
What was my favorite one? I really liked WandaVision a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't. The only. See, I didn't like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I did like it because I like Falcon and I like the Winter Soldier, but I didn't like the guy who they made Captain America, and I know you're not supposed to, so that's why that's a tier below WandaVision to me.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, because yeah.
But they're doing that on purpose. They're building a whole group of Seinfeld people.
Right. I'll run by Elaine.
or Veep people. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I really like Vision. So
yeah.
And I like Paul Bettany a lot as an actor. And so I just thought WandaVision also was just really well done. They all are, obviously, but yeah, I really liked WandaVision a lot. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was good. I just, I don't like that guy, and I know you're not supposed to, but I wanted to punch him in the face the whole time.
But
sullying the image of Captain America. Kill the dude.
He did. And that part was unfortunate. Wasn't sure where I was going with that, but no, I loved having what's her face in it.
Yeah, Agent Carter, or not Carter. What's her? Yeah, Carter. Isn't she
Carter? Young Carter. Yeah.
Young Carter. Yeah.
Agent
the niece.
Yeah.
That was awesome when she got revealed.
Yes. Speaking of that, okay, now
how excited are we for Kenobi? Very.
Okay, we can go there.
2026.
Just not yet. Oh, you know what? I'm going to wait for CJ to come back for this question.
I finally watched the Batman.
So all right, let's talk. Let's chat.
Finally watched.
I don't know if Tim is still here, but we can let's talk Batman, the Batman. Because I think Tim saw it, and I don't know if Tim loves or hates DC. I forget. I think he hates DC. Yeah. Anyway, so what were your thoughts on the Batman? What?
Let us know if you're still here. Let us know. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
So I love the Batman because I love the chemistry between Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz. I also thought Robert Pattinson was fantastic in it as year 2 Batman, right? Yeah. Which is what he was supposed to be. I thought all of the characters were really good. I can't stand Colin Farrell as an actor, but I do think he was really good as the Penguin.
I was going to say, because I was like, that was probably the best Penguin I've ever seen anyone play ever. Like that's...
Well, there's been 3, right? So...
Well, there was like a couple more. Okay.
And it's hard to count the guys from the way old show as that, because it's just it's crazy. It's not the same, you know. Yeah, no. The Burt Ward and Adam West, you know.
Well, I don't think you can even count like the
Tim Burton.
Yeah, like the.
Well, if you don't count Tim Burton, then you would say that this is the first Penguin, other than the one from Gotham, the TV show.
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, he did. Yeah, so. This is the best Penguin, I think, obviously. But yeah, I thought Colin Farrell did a fantastic job as well. I mean, I thought that they made this very comic book like in terms of how close the characters actually resemble what they are in the comics and what like the overall lore is. Also, we finally got, it's not Falcone, it's Falcone. So there's that. Been pronouncing it wrong all these years, apparently.
You have?
But, I mean, I also thought the Riddler, Paul Dano, as the Riddler, was fantastic. And, like, that's the way he should be. Like, this is the way Batman should be done. I don't know.
You know, I didn't like the Riddler as much as I thought I would. Like, I love the cafe scene, you know, where he finally gets caught and everything. But like,
I also like the Arkham scene too.
Yes, that's once he becomes out of the green, like out of the actual green. I think he was very good. I just didn't like him trying to be so. I don't want to say so dark, but dark's the only word I can think of, because, like, to me, I never thought of the Riddler as dark. Like,
yeah, and a lot of people did have problems with that, but like, and I get that, but I think that's also the tone of the movie. Like, you can't have the Riddler sitting there giving him like ridiculous, childish riddles while he's sitting there and being like, and he's killing people, because like I don't think the Riddler.
No, I understand. Really, I mean, they you have to go all in, right? Yeah. If you're taking a specific direction. I mean, Heath Ledger had to go all in with what he did, right? And but I just thought it was dark for the Riddler, but I don't care. It was good. You know, I mean, and that's the way that you can take it. One of the things that I thought about it that I really liked was that it was just a movie. You can take it separately. You could take the whole comic book element away from it and just say that's a movie. Like if everyone took their costumes off and that kind of thing, you know, it would just be a movie, a detective movie, and, you know, like a movie with a love interest and all of that kind of stuff. And there doesn't necessarily have to be the whole
Right.
costumes didn't
Right,
have
like this
to
could have
be
been
there.
like some LA noir private investigator, like
Right.
shot in black and white, set in the 1920s. Like,
Right. It easily could have been. You know?
I did though when you were talking about Robert Pattinson. I did though throughout the whole movie thinking, like, just having the back of my mind as like a funny thought. Like, I just kept thinking, I'm wondering if he's being sarcastic here. Because you know how he says, like, he reads all his lines like sarcastically and like he does it like, so I was like, I wonder what he was thinking when he read this one. Because like I did think though at like some of the dialogue at times was like, that's a weird thing to say there. But like it was a fantastic movie. I mean, it was great.
Yeah. CJ, what did you think of the Batman while you're chewing, of course?
No, I liked it. I mean, I told you guys before, but yeah, it just had a different feel to it than most. I had a different feel to it than most of the other Batmans that I'd seen, and I grew up on like the first, Michael Keaton,
Tim
you know,
Burton. Yeah.
yep, and I remember the first Riddler. And I love Carrie as the Riddler. Obviously, they had like really good actors. I felt like back then still too, playing those parts. So those always like resonated with me. I love The Dark Knight. Honestly, I don't know if it's just because it was so big when I was younger, but I mean, I put it up there with that. I put it up there with The Dark Knight. I put it up there. Those two to me are the top two Batman. I could hear an argument for either one. I just the tone of the movie, the feel of it, everything.
It just depends on what you like, because I mean, The Dark Knight has so many awesome qualities to it itself, right? I mean, Heath Ledger was amazing. Christian Bale makes a good Playboy Batman, right? Right. And all of that kind of stuff. He did better at
Two-Face. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he did better at being like the more established Batman, I think. But that wasn't the point of this. This was Batman in year 2. So, and so, I think the growth that you saw in Bruce Wayne throughout this movie will make the sequel really interesting. So I'm looking forward to the sequel, and if it came out tomorrow, I would see it because I'm ready for it.
Do you know that they didn't use a green screen once?
See, and that's what I'm saying, like about it being just a normal movie, like it easily.
They used like this special new technology, and it's like this thing that goes in a circle, and it has like panels, all like these like panels literally about this big, and it's like all built, and it's this huge massive thing. Like look at your wall, it's probably about that big, maybe even bigger. And what they did is they're able to do a constant same like background all the way around. So like when they're doing a city shot, they're able to make it look like he's walking while he's in place, because the thing's rotating as he's moving in place. So it looks like when he's carrying the kid and he's walking, that was shot that way.
Interesting.
Like with him just kind of walking, and then the background moved, and then the camera's panning, so the whole thing's moving, so it looks like he's walking. So they were able to do like the scene at the end, that was mostly all shot that way, with like all that on the rotating thing. Like a lot of that movie was done with this whole new technology. They said that's
got to be like
massive thing
made for IMAX or something, right?
I'm not sure, but it's like it's the like level up from a green screen. That's what like the thing they kept saying.
Fair
Like,
enough.
they did not want to use green screens in this movie. They wanted it to be, because they wanted the city as a character. That was their big thing. They wanted the city to feel alive. And they were like, this is the way to do it, because they could put a video in there of like a time lapse.
Yeah.
and stuff like that to make it look like, or like a background of a city, make it look like there's people walking around and people, all this stuff while they're standing on a balcony, supposedly, So yeah, that was like that was like one of their big focuses in this movie, was making Gotham feel like a character.
That's interesting. I felt like they had to make Gotham a character in The Dark Knight too. And that was a big focus from the Joker standpoint, was whether people are good or bad, and it was about the people of Gotham, right?
Yeah.
And
this was more about just background, like just making it,
not needing stand-ins and people walking and all of that jazz.
Also probably helped with budget.
Well, it depends on how much that thing costs. But so let's get back to sports a little bit. I mean, I can keep talking about entertainment, but CJ, wanted you here for this one because one of the pieces that I was reading about today and I've actually read 2 articles on this now from 2 different movie critics, was that Marvel should get rid of the post-credit scenes.
Yeah, no, I hate that idea. Hate that idea.
Why? The Celtics are up. Oh, wait, that was 30 minutes ago? Never mind.
What's the score now?
I'm not sure, and I'm afraid to look. Hold on.
It'll be all right.
I hate that idea too. I just wanted to see if anyone would buy into that thought of getting rid of the mid-credit scenes.
It doesn't make sense. It's been a staple of what you've done for years. I mean, I guess some people don't like to sit and wait. I don't.
No, their point was that the purpose of them initially has sort of gotten lost by Marvel, and that now they're not good. Like, they tease stuff that doesn't necessarily happen, and like there were a couple examples that they gave. I don't remember what they were, so don't ask. But like, but like just stuff like that, where it's like they or they take stuff in a different direction, like, and you're like, that was weird because that really made a plot point of the movie not make sense, or something that's coming up not make sense, or
do you feel that way?
No, not at all. I was actually like mad. I was thinking, oh, these are like uppity critics, like who are just like, I need something new to complain about when it comes to the Marvel movies or something. Like, I just wanted to see if there was anyone out there who thinks. See, and Brent, and this was another point, was these critics were saying when people ask them about the movies, they ask how many mid and end credit scenes there are before they ask about the movie. They ask for spoilers and that kind of thing about the end scenes before they talk about the actual movie and whether the movie was good. And like, that's what one of the critics was writing. And they're like, so it's like out of hand.
So I have to spend an extra 30 seconds talking about the movie to say there are 2 mid-credit scenes.
Right. But I thought
I think what they're saying is it takes away from like the actual journalism part of it, right?
Maybe. Like, they didn't even get to that part. They just felt like it was taking away from the movie in general, just in the sense of what it was.
Why do they care? Why do they care what people like about the movies? Whether they, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like, if that's what people care about and that's what they like, shouldn't that be what they report on? That's
a good point. That's a very good point.
But at the same time, so like, my thing is like, if they feel as though, hey, we're not even getting our chance to do that, then I guess, like, they feel like, oh, reporting on it's actually explaining it, not just the credit scene. So they want a little bit more attention.
That's a good point. I think maybe you have it. from a journalism standpoint, they don't get to talk about the movie as much as the end credits. In the end credits for, I mean, not the end credits, but the mid-credit scene for Doctor Strange, worthwhile to wait for. So,
I'll be waiting on all of them. I don't go anywhere.
The end credit scene is just kind of, I mean, it's whatever, but there's one mid-credit scene, one end credit scene, and the end credit scene is, like I said, it's just kind of whatever. It's what Marvel does with their end credits, but it's the mid-credit scene that's where you're like, oh, yeah. So
I can't even imagine who we're bringing out here.
Yeah, so it's very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for Love and Thunder. So we'll see what happens there.
I know. I forgot that Christian Bale is the bad guy in that.
Well, they said he's going to be one of the best villains in, like ever been.
I hope so. He's called like Gore the God Killer.
The God Slayer.
God Butcher or something.
God.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it is.
I was like, geez, that's violent.
Yeah.
I'm Gore.
I'm Gore. You're Thor.
They showed a little bit of the like the makeup, and he got this wild. I don't know if you've ever seen the actual character from the comics, but he does resemble him. So there's a lot of makeup and a lot of stuff that goes on with Bale doing it.
Or the God Butcher.
Yep.
Gore the God. Yeah. The God Butcher. I was like, oh my gosh. But did you see how ripped Natalie Portman is?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, her arms are like, I don't know if they're like,
there he is.
Looking at a picture right now?
That's him.
There he is. Nice.
Yeah. That's, jeez.
That's Gore.
Scary.
Yeah, he's usually got a headdress on, though. Like, he's usually got that thing that the other guy has on, too. I've seen that.
Yeah. Maybe they just had to do their Voldemort comparison first, and then
I guess, yeah.
Oh, in another picture, he's all white. He doesn't have a black headdress. That's why.
Yeah.
I see another picture here of Christian Bale, and it's like a white headdress. So that same headdress that was black is white.
Got it.
Well, maybe he becomes the White Wizard.
All those put into one.
Yeah. God, you could make such a good movie, like putting all of the
Lord of the Rings
epics, all of the epic movies, like into
Star Wars.
Just nitpicking.
Star Wars, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings.
What was the first one you mentioned? Yeah, Harry. There you go, Harry Potter. Yeah. Oh, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and
Star Wars, and
God.
Well, I saw a thing where someone was comparing Harry Potter to Luke Skywalker, and how like they're both like brought to their aunt and uncle by like a bearded man who like comes back later to like train him. And then,
in a mystical, magical religion that everybody forgot about,
right? Like all
that
this
no one wants to talk about.
that he didn't know about, and
right,
like
that he didn't know about,
and like that, and how he becomes like the best one, and like all that stuff, and like it was this whole comparison between the two. But I'm like, who cares? So,
well, I just think it's common, dualities, I guess, between. Different, like there's common stuff between everybody, and that story of having a place or having, belonging where you don't belong, I think that resonates with people.
Yes, that's a very good point.
It is.
And I say that too, like when I'm talking with people about movies, I'm like, there's only so many plot lines you can do. Like how many rom-coms are exactly the same? I mean, they're all the same.
Yeah.
You just put a little change, right? It's like the bridesmaids, the groomsmen, the
bride's groomsmen,
bride's groom, my best friend's wedding, my least favorite person's wedding. My
My acquaintance's wedding.
Right.
My
So,
social
wedding
work friend
singer.
the wedding
being
singer.
11.
Yep. So
That's
yeah,
actually a good one though.
yeah. Adam Sandler's coming out with an NBA movie. I have no idea what it's about. I just know it's a basketball movie. So they said it's really good.
I would assume Kevin
the-
Garnett is in it.
In the final 3 minutes of the Rangers-Penguins game, there were 4 goals scored, 3 of them by New York to take a 3-2 lead. Then with like 5 seconds left to go, Pittsburgh scored to tie it up.
Who got the goal?
Gensel.
He has like 6 goals in this series then. 6 or 7. Gensel has been crazy this series.
Chaos.
Is it in overtime then?
No, that was the second period. That was the end of the second period. That's how the second period ended. The final.
Well, you
3
really
minutes.
built that up to like let me down a little bit with that being the second period.
In the final 3 minutes, 4 goals were scored.
I understand. I'm good now.
3 were unanswered by one team.
Till they were, but it was the second period. So anyway, chaos. Speaking of chaos, the NHL draft lotto was super boring. Only one team moved. It was New Jersey. New Jersey moved to up to pick 2, I think, and then
Montreal.
Everyone up in Montreal gets the first pick.
Arizona got screwed again.
Arizona got screwed again. Yeah, they only get the 3rd pick overall.
Have they had a first overall pick in like any of this time that they've been bad?
I think so. No, not off the top of my head.
So like we've even had a first round pick. Like
we've had 2.
A first overall pick.
Yeah, Darlene and Power.
Right. We've had 2.
Right.
And they've been worse longer.
Arizona was supposed to get. They were like the odds-on favorite the year Matthews came out.
They were.
He's from Arizona. And
yeah, I remember that.
And like everyone was so hyped in Arizona, they were like, "This is gonna actually spread the game and get people interested." And
then he goes to Toronto.
Right?
The original 6,
right?
Spreading the game,
taking them to one of the most storied franchises in the league.
Back-to-back Celtics 3 to put them up 11.
How much time left?
A quarter and a minute.
So 13 minutes.
Mabel. Yeah. She was attacking the TV. Sorry.
Oh. Cats do that. Dogs, whatever. I don't know.
It's a cat. Yeah.
I know it's not your rabbit. So
yes. That would be funny. Another 3. Oh no, that was a 2. Never mind.
Oh, not as exciting. So so the lotto was boring. This draft, though, the Sabres have 3 draft picks. We're going to get into it a lot heavier when we get closer to the draft in July. It's
so far away.
It is so far away. So we're gonna hop over it and talk about some NHL playoffs. So I heard that at the end of the second period between the Pittsburgh and Rangers game, 4 goals were scored. 4. 3 of them were unanswered until they were answered. And now they're tied going into the 3rd. Yeah, that's what I heard. Are there any other games going on? So we did this.
Capitals are up 1-0.
Okay, so we did this last week, and I liked it. So, so we're just going to go through really quick. We're going to go through the games or through the series and just say if who has a shot, who's going to win it, and that kind of thing. So the Capitals are up 3-0, Noah.
Oh, well, the last time I checked on the score, they were only up 1. So 2 goals have been scored since that time. And that was like 5 minutes ago.
Good match. I'm proud of you. So Penguins Rangers, do the Rangers have a shot? Pittsburgh's up 3-1, even if the Rangers win.
I mean, they're even if, right. I mean, even if the Rangers win this game tonight, they're heading back home to Pittsburgh.
Right.
Up 3-2. So it's like you have to win again, and then you have to win again. Like,
right.
Nah, that's too much. That's too much in hockey.
Yeah, I agree. So Carolina leads the Bruins 3-2, heading back to Boston for Game 6. Is that one over?
I don't know. I can see Boston tying that up. They've been playing really well at home. But they are just so like hit and miss. Like you don't know which team's going to show up. Like last night was terrible, but like 2 games ago they were fantastic. I don't know what's going on there.
Taylor Hall. It's the Taylor Hall effect. It's the Jack Eichel effect.
Right.
That he brings to the
what
Bruins.
This is all stemming from.
Jack Eichel brings it to the Bruins through Taylor Hall. Capitals are up 3-0 in this game. The series is tied 2-2 over the Panthers, who are the regular season wonders, right?
Yeah.
You still thinking the Capitals have this?
Yeah.
Okay. And where do you stand with Lightning Maple Leafs? Toronto leads 3-2, headed back to Tampa.
Again, this is another team that you don't know which one's going to show up in Tampa. They did not. And Toronto, right, because Toronto lost 7-3 the other day and then come out and win a nail-biting game but they looked dominant through most of that game.
They did.
Even though the Lightning scored, I think, 3.
They were up 3-1, right?
Right. And then Toronto came all the way back to win.
Yeah.
But they just, I don't know. There's something going on with Tampa. But I don't want to pick Toronto, but there's something weird going on in Tampa Bay.
So this, I guess they're all kind of like this, but except for Colorado, who swept whoever they were playing. Yeah. But the Blues and the Wild, St. Louis leads 3-2. I talked to my boss about this, and I go, "How are you feeling about the series?" He goes, "Well, I like every other game." So,
yeah.
But that's kind of how all these series have been. And
I think, though, I don't know. I don't trust Minnesota to close that out.
Yeah, I think the Wild or the Blues will finish them, and then the Wild will be in salary cap prison for a while. So this was kind of the Wild shot, I think. Kevin Fiala's going on the free agent market or the trade market, I guess. So it's not going to be good in Wildland. And then the Kings are up 3-2 on the Oilers.
I think the Kings got this.
Do you? I think no matter what, it's a win for the Kings, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think just making the playoffs is a win for the Kings. I mean, they had to win a gazillion games at the end of the year to even make it.
But, I mean, either this goes 7 and they lose and they walk away going, we got to the playoffs. We took Edmonton to 7 games. Or they walk away and get in the second round.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy to me. That
is. Like I said, I mean, they had to win a lot of games. They had to basically win out their last 15 to 20 games at the end of the year, and they won like, I don't know. I think they had to win like 15, and I think they won like 12, 13 of them.
Yeah.
To make the playoffs. And then they got
took
lucky
out Vegas, right?
They took out Vegas. Yep. And they took Vegas' spot. So they got lucky with Vegas losing.
Well,
and
was
then
it
they
luck
just
or
kept
was it
winning.
Jack Eichel?
It was, well, yeah, they got lucky that we traded them Jack Eichel. And then, yeah, and then they just kept winning and Vegas kept losing. And that's generally how these things go.
So last one, Stars Flames series tied at 2. Game 5 is tonight. Where do you see this headed? Because this has been all over the place too. Actually, this has probably been the best series out of all of them.
Absolutely. But yeah, this is a toss-up. I like the Flames because I just don't trust Dallas to ever get anything done ever. But there's, I don't know. This is a real big toss-up in my opinion. Both of these teams have played well. I mean, these games have been close. These games have been tight. Like, you know, I do like Calgary.
Okay. That's fair. NBA. How's that working out for you?
They're up 11 with 11:29 left.
I'm going the wrong way. That's why. Okay, so let's go Warriors Grizzlies because that one's pretty much a closed book, right?
Yeah. With
Warriors are up 3-1. Grizzlies let that fall away. And no Ja Morant.
Pretty much. CJ?
My son just came over and said Warriors will win in 5 or whatever tonight.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I agree
with that.
Yeah.
Suns Mavericks. Phoenix is up 3-2.
Suns take it tonight.
Well, it's tomorrow, but
Right.
Tomorrow, whatever.
Okay. So the Suns take it. Heat 76ers. Speaking of schizophrenic teams.
I think the 76ers are have a little bit more problems than schizophrenia right now after losing.
What are you doing?
By 35.
I'm sorry.
I agree. 76ers are a mess. It's Doc's fault.
He said he wanted to burn the tape. Wanted to burn last night's tape.
Yeah, whatever.
Speak.
Bucks Celtics. Who's going to take that one?
My boys. It's going 7 though.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I mean, if they close, think about it. This is what I said. This is what I said to you. What did I say last week? Right? They're gonna lose Game 3 in Milwaukee. What happened? They lost Game 3 in Milwaukee. Then they come back in Game 4 and they win. And then they win Game 4 to tie the series at 2, going back home to go a Game 5 where they can then take the series lead, where they're currently winning in the fourth quarter by a decent amount, and just got another foul on Giannis. And then they're going to go back for Game 6 in Milwaukee, which to me is a toss-up, but because Milwaukee's not going to want to lose. They're not going to want to lose the series at home in front of their fans. So Milwaukee wins that game. Game 7 at home in Boston would be, first of all, insane atmosphere at the Garden. And then just the Celtics are going to take that if it ends up going back to Game 7. And then they win. That's how they win the series.
Fair enough. CJ, any thoughts there
On the Celtics game? Celtics series?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay? Who wins it? Yeah. He's got Boston. How many games? Yeah, it's got to be 7. All right, yeah. Boston 7. I like it. I'm a Boston fan, so I hope they win too, but I know that it's tough going against the defending champions right now.
But the way they're defending Giannis, they're not letting him drive. They're keeping him. They're trying their best to, when he does that drive, to get in front of him and draw the charges. I mean, they get multiple charges drawn on him during games because he just like doesn't care. And it's like, why do you got to see it coming? If Marcus Smart or Grant Williams is up against you and they're lining up right where you're about to run, what do you think they're trying to do? They're trying to get the charge.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, that's just been one thing about Giannis where I'm like, you're a superstar. Why are you not changing at least a little bit how you play your game? Like he's playing right in the Celtics' hands. I mean, he can put up 40 points, and he did that the other night, and they still won.
Well, I think you're starting to see a difference. Like 9 out of 10 times, that call used to be given to the guy coming in. You know what I mean? Like now they're actually calling. I feel like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I like that.
If with that being the case, I just think that it's. He wasn't built to do that. Like he was built to go in like that. And that's what he's built for. And that's what he's good at. And that's what he knows what to do. So I'm thinking in his head, he's thinking, oh, I'm going to get this call most times. But those guys are so good at defending and so good at playing the standing straight up and just, taking it that they give him the call. So I just think that, it's, partially to do with just how what has been his bread and butter has been driving the lane, So it's hard for him to switch out of that, I don't know. I'm not saying he can't. I get where you're going, but it's just
No, I mean I get that too. It's just, you would think like, I don't know, maybe Bud, Budenholzer would want to do something different, like a little bit, but I don't know.
So in Sabres news, they signed prospect Alexander Kisakov to a 3-year entry-level contract. He will immediately be sent down to the Rochester Americans for Game 2 of their 5-game series against Utica. They got blown out 6-3 against Utica. Most people are chalking that up to rust because of the Amerks had so much time off. Next game is Saturday at Utica. And we have no idea if Kisakov is going to make a difference or not. But I just want to say good luck to the Amerks. We're pulling for you. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I can't even break it down or anything like that.
Well, I mean, we know that they have Paterka, Quinn and those guys, and
well, so they have Rustalainen and Paterka. Brett Murray's down there. Ethan Pro is down there. Casey Fitzgerald is down there. Brandon Biro. Oh yeah, Mark Jankowski cleared waivers and he's down there.
So it's a good group,
It is a good group.
They should be able to. They might be able to win against Utica. Who knows?
Yeah,
get some good goaltending, get some good scoring.
They let up 40 shots, and
get some better defense, and there you go.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, go. Krebs is playing too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Owen Power was like, I want none of that, thanks.
No, I don't think they could. I don't think they could send him down. I think there was a reason why. Like, I don't think you could send him down for some maybe because
he probably didn't play enough.
Yeah. Yeah,
or maybe it's because like he started in the NHL.
Well, and he's playing in the Worlds.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, he's not. No, he didn't make it. Never mind.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, he didn't.
So,
go Amerks. We'll just leave it at that.
So Ruotsalainen had 2 goals, and Peterka had the other goal last time. Tage Thompson's brother Tice had a goal for Utica, and then no one else I've heard of plays for Utica. So, Chase DeLeo plays for Utica, and Nolan Foote. Yeah. And
Utica is Tampa.
Alexander Holtz is their big guy, right?
Yeah.
He's like their top prospect.
Pretty sure that's Tampa's farm team. Sure.
No.
Isn't it?
No, Holtz has to be Holt. Not if it's Holtz. Is that Ottawa?
Vancouver.
Okay.
Wait. No, it's New Jersey.
Okay.
It used to be Vancouver. Okay, that makes sense.
Cool.
All right. Well, go Amerks.
Go Amerks. That was pretty much all I had. So to wrap it up, Jerry Hughes doesn't belong on the Wall of Fame. Disney+Marvel shows are awesome. Keep the mid-credit scenes, please. Tom Brady could be good working for Fox. The NHL draft lottery was really boring, and we'll talk about the draft more probably when the playoffs are over. NBA playoffs going on. Celtics are still winning, I assume.
Yep. Up 11 still.
Up 11.
Another foul on Janet.
And you guys got to see Dr. Strange so we can talk about that next week.
Cool. All right.
Make it happen, guys.
I got you.
Got you. All right. Well,
all right. Wrap it up, Noah.
Okay. Well, if you made it to the end, we appreciate you for watching. As always, subscribe to us. Find us on Twitter at GameDay716. Remember, interact with us there. Yeah. Like the video, comment, do that fun stuff.
Subscribe on
the YouTubes. Yeah, with that said, as always, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.
Stay sunny, Buffalo.